in a park that has blankets, garbage is in a white uniform, and number 5, another. I can also mention another land fact is that graduate in university have women to 65 as a practice demonstration and set our own goals with the help of God and our God. Authorities, teachers, parents, and fellow students. My name is Rodrigo Javier Calcache, and I am going to talk about one of the most famous clocks that exist in the world, the Big Ben. Why was the Big Ben built? Because in 1834, a fire destroyed the palace of Westminster, seat of parliament of British government. Britain's politicians wanted a marble building. Many architects competed to make the best design. The winning entry by Sir Charles Barry was a splendid Gothic-style palace that included an imposing four-sided clock tower. How was the construction? The construction of the clock tower began in 1843. The big challenge was to find a craftsman who could build the clock so accurate that it would not vary by more than a second each hour. Mechanic ready. The next step was to make the bells with the bells in Northeast England. It is more larger than anticipated. It weighed more than 16 tons. It was hung on a frame in front of Parliament where it could be tested. Many large bells have names, and this enormous bell was called Big Ben. Why did they call it Big Ben? No one is sure. Some say that the bell may have been named after Sir Benjamin Hull, a large man who worked for Parliament. Others suggest that the bell took its name from Benjamin Hull. To you about traditional dance in Ireland. When we remember a talk about Ireland, comes to mind the culture, historic monarchy, even the bells. This day I want to share what I will share from traditional dance. The traditional dance is the Morris Dance Ireland that has existed since 1448. Often is accompanied by music. Generally, these dances are for parties and other holidays. The Morris dance is performed by a group of dancers who perform dance choreography using instruments such as boards, handkerchiefs, balls, and sticks. But they can do without this as well. Despite the new older music that exists today, with the respect and religious practice of the new generation. I should talk about this issue because for me, dance is the expression I like most of the one things, because they do not be words. First of all, it's a very polite and respectful culture, with great values and customs. The British are known for their love of tea at 5 p.m., called 5 o'clock tea. The English are quite disciplined and exquisite with good manners. Many festivals and holidays in Britain are centuries old. Every town, village, and hamlet in Britain has its own traditions. Some involve a month of careful planning and preparation with costumes and choreography. For example, on a special day on April is Fool's Day. It is a day with jokes and tricks. You have to make the joke before 12 o'clock midday. Otherwise, the joke is on you. England has a soccer team, Manchester United, that is the richest in the world, thanks to its marketing and its fans worldwide. I chose this topic because it was something new for us in the spirit, and last year was very exciting. October 20 is the hardest festival held annually in Salford. October 20 is the hardest festival celebration of the county of Aberdeen, and is a fusion of all modern street theater. The event is free and happens whatever the weather. One of the things that captured my attention is the story of Archer. It is created using John apple trees. Stories are with children. They are
London, and is a good opportunity to be thankful and share with others the good things that we have received during
The Tower of London. The Tower of London is one of the most impressive facilities you can visit in the British capital. And if one goes to the city, you cannot wait this visit. In addition to its architecture, centuries of history that have passed through its walls makes the tower shelter numerous dark legends and stories that have not been clarified. One of the most curious is that for years and years have passed, and it has to do with the 6 ravens who stays in the garden of the White Tower. It was in the 18th century when the history began of these peculiar animals. Since then, they began to feed them with meat and a jug of beer daily. A luxury for that time was none other than keeping them well fed and happy. Although not proven in this theory is drawn out, the spectacular tower survived the fire of 1663, which
She lives in the Palace of Buckingham. Her father accepted the throne as George VI. She began to undertake public duties during the Second World War, in which she served in the Secretarial Service. In 1947, she married the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, with whom she has 4 children: Charles, Anne, Andrew, and Edward. The sons of Charles are Prince William and Prince Harry. Her coronation service took place in June 2, 1953, and was the first to be televised. Her reign has been from February 6, 1952 until today, 61 years. It is the second longest for a British monarch. Only Queen Victoria has reigned longer at 63 years. Thank you for their attention. They won 5 championships and 2 FA Cups. After a long period in the post-war years, they won the league and a FA Cup doubles. In 1990 and in the first decade of the 21st century, they won 2 more doubles and reached at the final of UEFA Champions League. Then we go with Liverpool. Liverpool has won 18 Premier League titles, 7 FA Cups, and a record of 8 League Cups. Liverpool has the record of more European Cups of English teams, having 5 European Cups, 3 UEFA and 3 UEFA Super Cups. They change of red shirts and red shorts to white shirts and red shorts. Their anthem is "You Never Walk Alone." Then the last one, but not less important, Manchester City. Founded in 1880 as City Marts, then they become Harwich Association Football Club in 1887, and then Manchester City. Their more successful period were in 1960 and in 1970, when they won the league, a FA Cup, a championship, and a UEFA Super Cup winner.
Good, vibrant, and multicultural, with a population of 10 million and 300 languages in the streets, London is one of the largest cities of the world. Founded by the Romans 2,000 years ago, it is located in the south of England, on the River Thames. Composed by 32 municipalities, it has very hot summers and very cold winters. In London, there is much to enjoy. You can visit its international icon, the Big Ben. Or you can take a ride in the Roller Master, a classic red double-decker bus where you will have a wonderful view of the city. If you can travel in the words of the subway, you are very lucky. It is called
about famous music artists from England. As you know, music in these times have become really interesting all around the world, and different music artists are the ones who make this happen. There are artists from Mexico, Colombia, Portugal, and United States, but some of the most famous artists have been and are from England. Let's just start with the middle artists. Some of them are Adele, Cher Lloyd, and Elton John. Adele is a 24-year-old lady from Nottingham, England. And as you know, she became famous with her single Running with It. Another famous artist is Cher Lloyd. She's a 19-year-old girl that works at modeling too. And she participated in the TV show The X Factor, but unfortunately, she got disqualified. And then she became famous with her single Much Back. The last famous artist that I'm talking about is Elton John. He was born in Pinner, Middlesex, in England, and he became famous with the single Candle in the Wind in 1997. Now, with the bands. The bands now have become a global phenomenon, and they are mostly formed by boys, but there are some people girls as well. One of the bands that clicked the world that was from Liverpool, England, was the Beatles, which was formed by John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison. These four guys really got success, but unfortunately, they got separated 10 years later. Another of the bands that was in the 1960s was Queen, which was formed by Freddie Mercury, Roger Taylor, Brian May, and John Deacon. But then, they got separated when Freddie Mercury died. Now, one of the actual bands that is breaking the world and that I and my friends are big fans of is One Direction, which is formed by Liam Payne, Harry Styles, Lloyd Tomlinson, Zayn Malik, and Niall Horan. These five guys auditioned individually in the TV show The X Factor, and then they got a band. Unfortunately, they got disqualified, and then their mentor, Simon Cowell, gave them a contract with Psycho Music, and they became famous with the single Love Me to Beautiful. And the last famous band that I'm talking about is the Spice Girls, which was formed by Jerry Halliwell, Melanie Brown, Hannah Chisholm, Victoria Beckham, and Emma Bunton. These girls got famous with the single One Beat. It was amazing. Well, music really makes an impact on people's life. It makes you laugh, sometimes enjoy, and it is just so amazing to see how people enjoy listening to music. In my opinion, music inspires me, and I love it. Thanks for listening.
And I would like to talk about the Live Nation Monster. The Live Nation Monster started how last night. Scotland. People say that I'm a serious creature, but they're like Nancy. Nancy is a cryptid. A cryptid is something to the existence of recognizer. So Nancy was brought to the world of nature since 1933. The evidence of this animal is a necklace. People say that this creature represents a long living plesiosaur. The plesiosaurs were dinosaurs a little while.
short stories. Throughout his life full of mystery, he spends most of his years with Dr. Watson, who in these books is a close friend of his. According to Watson, however, Holmes has no regard for standards of tidiness or good order. Another habit of his is the one of using a pipe. To me, however, Sherlock Holmes was someone that you could trust. He was never willing to bend the truth or to break the law just for a client. In some cases, however, he did manipulate people. He also disguised himself and pretended to be someone he wasn't just to get clues for his cases. For example, he did this in The Adventures of Charles Hopkins. Before Watson and Holmes even met each other, Holmes lived alone. He was always busy working on one case or another, so he never really paid attention to the fact that he lived alone. Or actually, he never really had the time to. All around the world, Sherlock Holmes was well known, or actually his books were. Even real museums have been made just for him. He is one of the first fictional detectives to be rewarded like this, along with Lord Byron and Charles Disraeli. I chose this topic because I love mysteries, and because the fact that real museums have been made just for this one fictional character is amazing. Thank you for your attention.
The principal river is the Shannon. The estimated population in Ireland is 4,722,028 people. The capital of Ireland is Dublin. Typical foods in Ireland include Irish stew, bacon, cabbage, brown bread, and potatoes. The currency in Ireland is the euro. People in Ireland speak English and Irish. A national holiday in Ireland is St. Patrick's Day, celebrated on March 17th. Here in El Salvador, a restaurant named Belia, Ibarra Villa, and Torre Cultura commemorates St. Patrick's Day by decorating their restaurants with green shamrocks, green elves, with hats, and representing beer. One of the singers from the band One Direction, named Niall Horan, and like by some third, fourth, and obviously fifth grade girls, is from Ireland. I recommend you to visit Ireland because you can tour the Irish castles and visit Dublin for its interesting shopping, parks, and its wonderful galleries. Thank you all for your attention.
From British parents, classmates, and academic authorities, and grandparents, and I will talk about Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth II was born as Prince Elizabeth Alexander Mary on April 21st in 1926 in London. Her mother and father, known as the Duke and Duchess of York. Queen Elizabeth and her younger sister Margaret were educated by tutors. They both took classes of math, French, geography, and history. They also took art lessons, singing lessons, and dancing lessons. In the year 1936, the course of Queen Elizabeth changed by the death of her grandfather, King George V. Queen Elizabeth and her younger sister Margaret were going to London, where she made one of British speech. She reassured children who were affected by World War II and said that in the end, all will be well. God will carry us to his victory and peace. Queen Elizabeth 5 years later had a coronation. But the old crown is one of these days. Queen Elizabeth was only 25 years old when she acceded the throne. She was 25 when she made her first public speech, and she said, "As the third before all my life will be short or long, shall devote to the service of this imperial family which will belong to me." Queen Elizabeth played a really important ceremonial role. Temple to the Queen is put before a sacred place again. Queen Elizabeth had to live a lot of adversities. One of the biggest adversities that she had to live was the death of her mother, as well as her sister Daisy. Queen Elizabeth is someone worth humiliated by her great spirit, her responsibility, and her humanity. She is someone that worked for her city without stopping. I'm really proud to attend this speech of a struggle and great role model. I hope you like it. My name is Candela Diaz, and today I have the pleasure to be your tour guide in this incredible experience. Let's start. This incredible museum is divided into parts. Inside, you get to know how awesome John Lennon was. John Lennon was so famous that within the museum there is a huge amount of information recorded about John Lennon's singles. Thousands of people visit every year to learn about these lads who truly shaped the history of music. Inside the museum, you can see a lot of awesome things, like posters, photographs, and bags. But the most important, the recreation of the most famous art, the cavern. Imagine being so famous that a complete museum is dedicated just for your match, and not a museum that loves